I'm going to show you how you can use one of these Wii Remotes and how I've been using one of these Wii Remotes for animation in Maya. This is a classic Wii Remote. It works through Bluetooth. So as long as your PC has some sort of Bluetooth connection, like either integrated or an external device, then you should be able to connect this. The first thing you want to do is install the drivers. I'm gonna have this folder for you guys where you can find the HID Wii Remote Control Center. You want to save this into your local machine. Once you do that, you open this, and then when you get prompted with this window, everything is gonna be red. What that means is you have installed the drivers. So just go through the second one and the last one. This one will have an installation process. So just go through that real quick, and then once that's done, you go on the test mode and then you enable this. This will allow your computer to connect to your Wii remote when you restart it. So you're gonna be asked to restart your computer. Once you restart your computer, go back to this HID Wii remote control center and check to make sure you still have this option turned on. For my computer, I didn't have to do any extra steps, but some PCs might have issues keeping this option on, which will cause connection issues with your Wii remote. The reason why is because your PC is blocking drivers from being installed manually, so there are ways around it that I will have in the link below that you can try out and see if it works for you. The link I will have is a temporary fix, so you're able to just test to see if you actually like using this or want to commit to it. But I have a more permanent solution that you can ask me and I can help you set up. You want to go to control panel right here, or you can just type it in. Hardware and sound, device and printers, and then here you want to add a device. Right here I'm just gonna tap 1 and 2 over and over until like it pops up right here. There it is. Just keep tapping 1 and 2. So you don't want to let it turn off. And then here asks you for a password. Just hit next. And then you're gonna hear the Windows sound. So one thing I want to let you know, like every time you want to disconnect this, don't just turn off your PC, just go right here and remove device. So if before turning off your PC, do this. This is a way that I found like not having connection issues when connecting back with it. So yeah, it literally takes me like 1 minute to set up in the morning, and then I don't have to do it all day. So just double tap Nintendo, and there it is connected again. And then if you're having connection issues, just make sure it's uninstalled, and then you can toggle your Bluetooth on and off or restart your computer, but you shouldn't need to restart your computer. Alright, once you have that connected, you want to download this program called Anti-Micro. This is gonna allow you to map all the buttons, all the keys from your keyboard into this thing, or to any controller that you plug in. I will have all the files you need, so all you want to do is load the anti-micro keys that I want to have for you guys, and that's gonna be it for this program. Like you don't need to do anything with it, and every time you open this program, it's automatically gonna load latest file, so you don't have to keep doing that over and over. So you just open the program. And then here you want to, in Maya, you want to go to settings, hotkeys editor, and import. And then again, I'm gonna have this for you guys as well. I'm gonna have all this set up in one folder for you guys. So yeah, you should be able to use at this point Maya with a Wii remote. You're still gonna need one of these. Like this is not like you can just use this to control Maya and control everything. Like the right hand is still doing everything that it's been doing. So this is just to replace the keyboard. The last keys you're gonna want to set up are gonna be in your mouse. I'm using 2 keys. If you have more, then you can set up more, but for me, space is a requirement. And I have this one, which is really optional for you, is playback, which is Control V. But these keys you're gonna want to set in your own mouse properties. So whichever mouse you have to have the software to map whatever keys you need. So once you have everything set up, um, this is what you're gonna use mostly to pan around the scene and move around the scene, zoom around the scene, and everything. So yeah, just keep that one in mind. It's like this is what you're gonna be using mostly. And then the second one you might be using mostly is the top one, which is Shift, which is mostly for like selecting things. You can select keys. Well, you guys should be familiar with Shift. But yeah, just so you guys can remember, this is like for panning and moving around the scene, and this is like just manipulating keys and selecting keys or selecting curves. Mostly like selection things. And yeah, going from the top, this is set key. I even have one of these files for you guys, so you guys don't get lost. But yeah, from the top, set key and then delete key. So if you have select that, and then I want to select set a key up, and then delete a key is alt up. Wait, this is alt basically. So I have them set right here so you guys can see it. This is basically with holding the back button, and then this is without holding anything. So right here we can see next frame and next key. So those are different ones. Next key is without pressing the back button, and then next frame is holding the back button. And then the same goes for back, going back, going back keys, going for keys, you can hold it and frame through it by frame or by keys. And then the down is control. So control is useful mainly for like if you're selecting things and you want to deselect something. That's mostly what control is for. I mean, at least for me, that's what I've been mostly using it for. Then you should be familiar with the way this is set up. The manipulators, scale, rotate, and translate should be set up exactly like how it is in Maya's default. So you don't have to like, so you won't get confused. But if you hold the back button, then that creates like 3 different buttons over here. So the plus sign, if you hold the back button, that one's frame. So you're selecting things and you want to get closer and then use frame. And then back button and the middle button is save. And then back button and the left button, That one is display curves. So then we go to the lower buttons. This one is undo. So let's say I just set a key right here. I want to undo. Or if I want to redo, then you just hold this one and then you press it. So it's the same button. You just gotta with different actions if you hold this one. And then the button, the bottom one is the 2D pan, like 2D zoom. This one is like the same as the backslash from the keyboard. And then the last key that I have set up is Q, basically Q on the keyboard, which is selection mode or like select mode, I think it is. So if you have like manipulators and they're like bothering you or like you're trying to select things and then they get on your way, then just back button 2 and then you go into selection mode. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I never need to use the keyboard for work, so I think this will come in handy if you just want to have, your arm relaxed in a better spot and not strain your fingers while doing this and stretching them out. So, I don't know. Hope it helps.